Did you know that 92% of people give up on their goals after the first major setback? But here's the secret: resilient people don't quit. They actually adapt to their situation. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to develop that kind of mindset. So what is resilience? So resilience is basically the ability to get back up again when everything goes to shit. It's being able to get through those tough challenges and basically just get up again when you fall down. So some people think that resilient people don't feel pain or don't feel emotions, but they do. Everyone feels pain and emotions, and they do experience challenges just like everyone else, but it's their ability to be able to face those challenges and manage their emotions through that. It's not that they're not feeling emotions, it's that they're able to intentionally respond to their emotions and choose the kind of behavior rather than just being reactive. They choose intentionally how they want to act in a situation. So you might go through a tough situation or something really bad might happen to you, and you might be totally devo by that. It might be initially really tough, but it's your ability to experience those emotions, actually feel them, work through them, and then get up again. But the good news is you don't actually have to experience shit stuff in life to build resilience. You can still build resilience with your daily habits. So a few kind of examples of tough situations that you might have gone through or that normal people go through all the time. Everyone has tough days and tough things that they have to work through. So some examples of that would be like a breakup, or losing a job, or going through some sort of like financial stress or like bad health news or something like that. These are all normal things that I'm sure at least one of those things has happened to you before. So the question is, how were you able to get through that? And what was your attitude about it when it was happening? The fact that you're watching this video is a really good sign, because that shows that you actually want to learn about resilience and how to get through challenges, and that you want to actually try, which is the first step. So today I'm going to walk you through 5 really powerful techniques that are going to help you build resilience. And the first one is to shift your mindset and reframe challenges as opportunities. So much of having resilience is about your attitude and how you're looking at a challenging situation or just a shit situation in your life. You have to think about this kind of stuff as not something bad that's happening to you, but this is an opportunity, and you're going to look back on it and you're going to be glad it happened to you in the end. I know in the moment it's hard to do this because it is really hard and you're struggling, but if you think about all the bad stuff that happened in your life before and think about how you got through that, I don't know about you, but for me, when I think about bad stuff that happened to me, I think, well, I'm glad that happened to me in the end because I learned something really big out of that. And those things that happened to me make me who I am today. I wouldn't be where I am and have the strength that I have if I hadn't gone through all that shit stuff. So when you're in the situation, try and think about, what can I learn from this? Imagine yourself in the future looking back on your situation and make the decisions that your future self would be proud to say that's what you did. Instead of looking at it as like a failure or something, you might fail pretty badly at something. Look at it like, this is an opportunity for me to succeed next time, and now I've learned that thing, so now I know what to do next time. So this is a positive thing, it's a good thing. And this links into that psychological principle of growth mindset versus fixed mindset. When you have a growth mindset, you're all about learning and you want to grow through those tough times. When you have a fixed mindset, you're seeing everything as barriers and this is the way it is and you're not open to change, all that kind of thing. So yeah, try and shift your mindset so that you're looking at your situation as an opportunity and what good could come out of this. Ask yourself, what can I gain from this? Number 2 is to develop emotional agility and regulate your reactions. So resilient people don't ignore their emotions, they learn how to regulate them. If you are a human, you have emotions, you experience bad, tough emotions that you might not like, but your ability to respond according to what you actually want to do and have intentional behavior and responses to any given situation, that is having emotional agility and emotional resilience. It's basically emotional intelligence, because it's the ability to manage your own emotions. So a person like this, they're not necessarily, it's not that bad things aren't happening to them, and it's not that they're not feeling scared or angry or sad about any situation. They do feel those things, but then they process it, and then they intentionally choose how they're going to respond to it in a mature and responsible way. We are all adults here. So the first step to doing this is to actually name your emotions, notice them, observe, this is the emotion that I'm feeling. So I'm feeling stressed, or say to yourself, I'm feeling overwhelmed because of blah, blah, blah. The next step is to physically feel it in your body. Where are you feeling it? Is it up here? Is it all over your torso? Where is it in your body? Sit with the emotion. I know it's uncomfortable, but this is the only way to get through it. And if you hold it off and resist it and repress it, it's not going to go anywhere, and it's just going to get worse. And then it comes out in other ways like sickness and stuff. So what you need to do is process your emotions. Actually, it doesn't take that long. If you just sit there, if you're feeling like a really bad emotion or something, if you just find a quiet place and just sit there and just let it go through you and feel it, focus on it, try not to think about anything else, try not to let your mind take over, just experience the emotion. And that's like all you have to do. You just process the emotion. It's a really simple thing, and it's not actually that hard to do. It's just really uncomfortable, especially if you have always in the past tried to resist your emotions. But it's a practice just like anything else. Like practicing experiencing your emotions, it's just part of life. We're all human, and we're here on this earth having this life to experience emotions, and there's going to be ups and downs. Then once you've done that and sorted through that, then you're able to think logically with your mind, because that emotion goes away. Once you've processed it, it takes its power away. It actually takes the emotion away. And then you're able to make logical decisions and choose what to do next and how to respond. Yes, so that leads me to the next step, which is to regulate your reactions. And so that's choosing to respond intentionally. How do I want to come across in this situation? What kind of behavior do I want to choose? And intentionally making the decision to take an action or behave in a certain way, instead of just having that emotion happen and then just reacting however is been in your habits before. That's what 3-year-olds do. We're not 3-year-olds anymore. We make conscious decisions to respond appropriately and how we want to respond in any given situation. You're an adult, you can do it. So emotionally resilient people are able to name their emotions, process their emotions, and then respond accordingly. Number 3 is building a resilience routine and daily habits that are actually going to strengthen you. So you might be the kind of person that's never gone through something tough. I don't think that's you, because I don't think that person exists in the world. But the good news is you don't actually have to go through difficult things. So you might not be currently going through a difficult thing to be able to build your resilience, because you can develop resilience through your normal daily habits and having a routine. So by doing daily habits, for example, journaling, meditation, practicing gratitude, practicing positive affirmations, all these kind of things help you to develop emotional resilience, because you're learning about yourself and you're building strength, and you're making it so that you'll be more capable of dealing with a difficult situation when it does come into your life. When you are self-aware and you know how to practice discipline, it makes you so much stronger and able to cope with shit situations. And another really good way to build resilience is to exercise. Having physical resilience, being strong or fit or able to run a mile, it makes your body physically resilient. It reduces depression. It makes you feel better about yourself. Like there's no reason not to exercise and build resilience in your body. Eat good food, exercise, and you'll just feel so much better within yourself. And this does help your emotional resilience as well, because this affects all the chemicals in your body that are happening all the time. And it means that if something bad happens, you're going to be able to deal with it better when it happens. So if you're not going through anything really tough at the moment, now's a good time to start building these kind of habits in your normal daily routine, so that you actually build yourself to be a stronger person and be able to deal with anything that comes your way. So the fourth way to build resilience is to strengthen self-trust and confidence. So having trust in yourself is one of the key things for resilience, because when you're able to have confidence in yourself and know that when you make a decision that you want to do something and then you actually follow through, it builds motivation, and it's you basically telling yourself that, yes, I'm capable of doing this, and I know that if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. What would you do if you had a friend and you organized to meet up with them and every single time they would just back out and not turn up? What would you do? Or if they would always promise that they're going to do something for you and then they wouldn't do it? You wouldn't trust that person. So don't do that to yourself. Stop making false promises and not following through. If you make a promise to yourself, you need to do it. And even if you don't feel like doing it, then do it. If you promise to meet up with your friend and then you don't feel like it when it comes, then you probably, I'm sure you've had this situation where you would just go anyway. And then once you go, you feel great. This all links into motivation, and you can't ever rely on motivation. You have to do things when you don't feel like it. The more that you show up for yourself and do those things even when you're not feeling like it, the more trust you build in yourself, and then the more you practice doing anything, the more confident you become at it. Confidence isn't like some magical feeling that some people are just born with. Confidence is something that's built, and it's a practice and something that's strengthened over time. Once you show up for yourself over and over again, you'll build confidence and you'll be like, I am good at this thing now. I can do this. And you prove to yourself that you're capable. So you can start by doing this in just really small ways, like setting your alarm for 5 minutes earlier every day or something like that. Or just making it like, I'm going to drink a glass of water first thing when I get up in the morning, and just make small promises that take 30 seconds to do, something really easy. And then you can gradually make that bigger and bigger and develop more confidence and strength within yourself. And finally, number 5 is to find meaning in difficult situations. So I'm all about this, making meaning. There are so many examples of people who have had really bad things happen to them, and they have blossomed from that. They have come out and they have got through that, and they've built strength because of it. And they wouldn't have developed those things and become the person that they are. They wouldn't have developed that strength if they hadn't gone through those difficult, hard things. Shit stuff makes you blossom. If you think about a bushfire, I'm from Australia, so this is like my metaphor. If you think about a bushfire happens, but they're actually necessary for the environment, because once all of those dead, dying trees have been burnt off, then all of the seeds are on the ground, and then new growth happens, and it encourages new growth. Bushfires are necessary for the environment. And if you come through a while after a bushfire has happened, you can see all of the beautiful new trees and green growth coming through. And it's exactly like that with people. When something bad happens, that's an opportunity for you to grow, and it's a new page. It's an opportunity for you to shed those bad things and find true strength or find meaning in your life. So the truth is, you don't actually find meaning anywhere. You create meaning. So you get to choose what you want anything to mean. So if something good happens to you, you could make it mean something bad. Or if something bad happens to you, you could make it mean something good. So what is your perspective? How are you going to benefit from this situation? How are you going to find growth and strength and be resilient from the bad things that happen to you, or from the challenges that you face? Every single failure is like a stepping stone to success. Every single failure means you're that one little bit closer to succeeding. You can choose to see the silver lining and then expand it and make it something really positive. I know so many situations of friends and people who have gone through a breakup or something, and that's been really shit, and then they've been like, that was the best thing that ever happened to me, because they realize that they can be more independent and they're free from these things that they didn't realize before. I'm a positive person, I'm an optimist, and I believe that there is always something positive out of a situation. It might take you 10 years to realize it, but there's always a positive thing out of any situation. Viktor Frankl said, when we can't change a situation, we can change ourselves. So I'm going to leave you with a couple of things that you can take into your everyday life and practice right now. And it's really easy. So the first thing is your daily affirmation. I am stronger than my struggles. I grow through what I go through. Say this to yourself, write it down, write lines, repeat it, and you'll start to believe it. And the last activity I'm going to leave you with is a journaling prompt, which is, what challenge am I currently facing and what is one small step I can take to overcome it? So if you can go and start implementing these things that I mentioned now, you're going to become such a stronger person, and you're going to build resilience, and people will be looking at you wondering how you're doing it. And they'll be thinking, why does nothing bad ever happen to this person? But they do, you're just able to cope with it. So you're welcome. If you like this video and you want more, please follow and like it. It's my first real actual video, so I'm completely new to this, so I appreciate any single one like or subscribe. I appreciate it so much. So thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.